cool. Alright. I already tried this video out and I totally sucked. I don't script. So, anyways. So, this video is gonna start on however long the series is gonna be of how BMT and so far of tech training it has been for me as of 2018, and I believe the training style is gonna be the same all the way up until approximately October of next year. The reason why is we're switching uniforms out of what's called ABUs, or Airman Battle Uniforms, to what's called OCPs, Occupational something pattern uniform. Hold on. I'll let you know in the next video exactly what it is. But anyways, we're switching uniforms. I don't think the training style is going to change, but definitely how you in process and everything is going to be slightly different. Anyway, so another disclaimer real quick. I am active duty. I sent for 6 years, and my job is 3 Delta 1X2 Cyber Transport Systems. That's about all I can tell you about it. I have to get a top secret clearance. So I could probably tell you more, but I'm being the little safety guy and trying to play it safe. So I'm just gonna leave it at that, I guess. So yeah, so I'm not guard, I'm not reservist, I'm active duty, and I signed up for 6 years, and I'm at Kiesler for my tech training. That's all stuff you can find out online, so I should be good. So BMT, or first off, stepping into the recruiter's office, right? Recruiters get a bad rap, and some of it is for the better good, or for the better or worse. Words. Just deal with it. If you have a bad recruiter, just ask as many questions as you can, and if you can't get any questions from them, go to their higher up. And that's basically all I can tell you about that. Just deal with it. Once you get through that, it only gets worse. You have to go through MEPS. They just, they look at you, they make sure you're fit and everything. You got to do a lot of paperwork, a lot of waiting. It's kind of a nightmare, but you got to get through it. As long as you can get through that, and you just go in with the right mindset of the whole point of this process is to break you down so you get a new foundation, is the whole point of basic military training. And yeah, maybe I'm getting a little corny about it, but you're going to have to deal with it. The point of it is to break you down, to get everyone on the same level. There's no societal hierarchy. Everyone is wearing the same clothes. Everyone, if you wear glasses, everyone wears the same glasses. Everyone has the same haircut, which is none. That's the point of it. But you get there, and whether you're flying there, you're on the bus. Eventually, you will be on a bus in there. As soon as you get there, you get to this. I can't even remember the building. You go to the center building, the processing center, the PC. That's what it was called. You get there, there's not a whole lot of yelling at first, right? So you get there, they tell you what your flight number is. You definitely got to remember that. It'll get drilled into your head, but you got to remember what that is. Get used to the people that are around your flight, know their face. You will eventually know their name, just like school, but definitely remember faces, because that's how you're going to be able to find everyone. If you ever, if you're over here getting something, you turn around, where's my flight? Get familiar with their faces quick. You get there, they tell you, okay, here's your bag, here's all the stuff that's in your bag. Follow instructions and follow them exactly. I can't stress that enough. They tell you to look at a 45-degree angle to your right. You better be looking 45 degrees to your right. Not to your left, not 15, not 46. Just do precisely what you're told to do, and you'll be fine. Hopefully that's not hard. If you're smart enough to look a video up like this, you should be fine. Let's see. So that's all night one stuff. So this is all like night one stuff. And then yeah, you get all that done. You get back out of the PC. You have your bag on. You're still in your civvies, your civilian clothes. Everyone's still in their civvies, right? Don't wear an Air Force shirt. You will get made fun of. Don't wear anything Air Force going there. You will see people doing it. So yeah, so you end up getting lined up into at the end of the PC, and you'll get called up flight after flight, after row after row. You get back on the bus. They take you to your training squadron. Now, for me, I was in what's called Alcatraz. So there's Alcatraz, and then there's Disneyland. So I feel like the majority of people end up going to Disneyland. I can't speak for that. I went to the small squadron, the older squadrons, which is why it's called Alcatraz. It's the buildings that have been there since the 20s. 40s, I guess, rather. Anyways, so that's where I went, and my roommate. That's where we were. So they get you on the bus, they get you down to your squadron, and that's when the yelling starts. They're yelling at you to get off. It's, what, like 10 o'clock at night, something like that. You're tired, and they're already yelling at you, and it's going to be a long night. You're awake all the way through the next day, and then that next night they let you sleep in, but that's the last night you get to sleep in. They're yelling at you. They get you off the bus. They go get you to line up. They're going to tell you, put your bags down, pick them back up. Put your bags down, pick them back up. Don't throw them down, just put them down. They get very, very specific with their words, and they do it on purpose. They're yelling at you on purpose. Just get through it. It's just noise. That's all they're trying to do, is get you to freak out over a little noise. Just do what they tell you exactly. At one point, they're going to tell you to go up into your dorms. Again, however it is in Disneyland, I don't know. You go up a flight of stairs. I mean, Disneyland has elevators and ice cream. So, people over there don't have it so bad. Alcatraz, you get diseases. I'm joking. But you go upstairs, and you need to remember your dorm number. They're going to tell you specifically, like, dorm Alpha 6, which was my dorm. Alpha, not A6, not 6A. It's dorm Alpha 6 or Bravo. I don't think there's a Charlie. Again, whatever is in Disneyland is totally different. I didn't go through that. I apologize. I don't have information on that, but just remember that you're going by the phonetic alphabet, not by the normal alphabet. You got to remember that. They're going to tell you, get in front of a wall locker. You haul your butt to get to a wall locker, and you stand in front of it. I highly recommend getting your own bed if you can. If you're one of the first ones up there, it's not a terrible thing to get a bunk bed, but it's just better if you have your own bed, because they have you at the end right here. It's not as nice as this at all, but in the middle, what was it? In the middle, you have your towel. On one side, you have your laundry bag, and the other side, you have your PT gear. Yeah. So everything has to be lined up in a certain way and everything, but it gets a little wonky whenever you have a bunk bed. And they'll explain it all to you. They tell you everything that you need to know there, but it's just better and easier with your own bed. So stand in front of a wall locker that has its own bed. And generally, you don't want to be right in front of the flight office for the first week, because that's right where the MTIs are. But somewhere in the middle there is normally a good spot. Also recommend being in the bay that is not right in front of the door, because otherwise MTIs can just look right into the door, and if you're screwing around, which you shouldn't be, but if you just so happen to be doing whatever you're wanting to do, it's a lot easier to get in trouble, because an MTI can just look right in. So try and stay away from the door unless you're really, really goody-goody and you will never ever do anything wrong, which doesn't happen. Yeah, so looking sharp. Anyways. But yeah, so enough about the wall locker. So from there on, they'll tell you what to do. They're going to tell you to go downstairs. You got to do immunizations, more paperwork, a lot of marching. Learn how to march quick. Make sure everyone else around you learns how to march quick. You're going to get this thing called the wingman concept. It's the corniest thing in the world, and you're going to get tired of it within the first week. But there's a reason for it, whether you believe in it or not. There's a reason for it, and take advantage of it, because you're not going to be able to take advantage of it anywhere else. Don't take too much advantage of it to where you're having someone else make your bed every morning, because it will catch up to you. All through BMT, you can get carried. You can. All the way up until the last week. The last week, I know I'm skipping ahead, but the last week, is when you're doing everything by yourself. You get tested individually how well you can do facing movements, drill movements, standing still. Your dress and appearance is what it's called. How well you wear your uniform, if you wear it properly or not. How well you wear your blues or your AVUs. Again, all the way up until you get OCPs. All that kind of stuff. So just don't rely on yourself as much as you can.
It's better just to get it knocked out. You're going to yell at anyway, so just learn from the beginning.
Exactly.
That way you're not screwing yourself at the end.
Yep.
You can't avoid getting yelled at.
Yeah, you will get yelled at. Yeah, that's another thing. You can be doing everything right. You will get yelled
They will
at.
find something.
They will find something. Don't worry about it too much. Yep. Just, you got to do everything to the best of your ability. And then past that. Past your best. Honestly, you will get yelled at for no reason. The whole point of that is to get you flustered, is to see if they can actually get into your head. Don't let them get into your head, because it's the point. As soon as they see that they're getting into your head, they're going to keep nailing you until you break. They don't want people that can break under some noise. That's the mindset, at least. So just deal with it. Is really what it comes down to.
Talk about element leaders.
Oh yeah, like to stay away.
I wanted to
to stay away from it or to do it.
No, I wanted just to fly by, go under the radar.
Yeah. So that also depends on the kind of person you are. But in BMT honestly is kind of the time to go under the radar. I mean, it's always good to do your best, obviously, but you don't have to be the guy that's always like, hey, who wants to do this in front of the flight? You don't always have to be that guy. It's not going to follow you. Anything you do in BMT, unless you, even if you save a life. I have a story for the next video that my roommate will probably tell the story. Anyways, even if you save a life, it's not going to follow you. Nothing happens. That's exactly. They expect you to do your job, and your job is to be an airman. You know, to fight for your country and all that kind of stuff. Whether you believe in it or not, whether you think it's super corny, whether it is or isn't, and it is. That's not the point. That's what they expect you to do.
You talked about 0 week?
Yeah, I talked about zero night a little bit.
The week itself.
The week itself.
You're going to like even like up to the third day, I was like questioning myself, like why am I here?
That is gonna happen.
Is it worth it to me? Like, but then like slowly but surely, it gets better. Like,
yeah.
Not 0 week Sunday.
It's mainly whenever you get your uniforms.
Yeah, I think the first 0 week, the first week, that Sunday when you can go to church or whatever you do, your service. That's like the biggest relief ever. Like, it was like
your first Sunday is the best Sunday.
Because there's no MTIs.
You don't get the first Sunday we had our MTI there.
Yeah, 0 week Sunday you do.
So 0 week, all of 0 week is literally 0 week. You didn't even start yet, technically. You're gonna hate your decision 9 times out of 10. Everyone hates it. Everyone's questioning, why in the heck did I actually sign up to do this? Everyone's gonna get that. As soon as you break that barrier, you're done. It's basically almost all downhill, almost, as far as mentally concerned. It's gonna be hot. The chances are it's gonna be hot. It's just really more of an annoyance having to get up, do the same thing over and over and over again, go to class. But it's not hard. It's not so physically demanding or so mentally demanding that you can't do it. People back in the 90s, 80s had it so much harder than we did. They were able to make it through. Well, you will be fine. Just remember that. But yeah, so really 0 week sucks. First week's so much better because you get your uniform. You don't have your names on there just yet, but you get your uniform. Everyone's looking the same. Everyone has their nice shaved head. If you're a male, if you're a female, you don't. Lucky for you, you don't have to pay extra money for a haircut, but you probably have to pay extra money for other things. So it's a lose some, win some in that case. But yeah, you get your uniforms, and if it is one of the best feelings ever in that moment, because you don't have a lot to yourself, and whenever you get your uniforms, everything kind of gets better.
It's like you realize, like, It's a reminder why you're here.
Yeah, exactly. You kind of.
It's like rewarding.
Yeah, it's a little bit.
Even though you have no name on it.
Yeah, you don't have a name on there just yet, but it's rewarding. You kind of start to feel like you're part of something. You're not just someone that's been thrown in because it's that's kind of an MTI joke. Like, oh, stop acting like a bunch of civilians. You're literally expected to be, and again, it's corny, but you're literally expected to be an elite. Okay, maybe not elite, but a way higher standard than normal people.
You don't even like feel like a human at some point because like everything you do is just change. Like relaxing at home and eating, like you get forced to eat super quick and like you're afraid. Like I'm not trying to sound disgusting or anything, but like you're even afraid to use the bathroom.
Yes.
Like everyone I've talked to, they held it in for like days.
Yep.
Just because you're afraid you're gonna miss something or like you have to go downstairs and like line up or something, you're caught in the bathroom.
Yeah, so it's going to be a lot of feeling around, testing the waters a little bit, and it's scary. It really is. Just be as calm as you can.
If you did like ROTC, like that, I'm sure that stuff would help. I never did that, so like it was just brand new walking in. Like I never had anything like that. Wasn't used to getting yelled at, so like it's harder for others, but you get used to it. But at some point, you're like, oh well, like you yelled at, I yelled at. Like,
exactly, you will get yelled at. And another thing too, I hope no MTIs see this and then like try and take this down. Your MTIs get cool. You think they're not human. You think that there's some. As a matter of fact, our superintendent literally did the Terminator knock. So like we were scared to death of this guy, but. Your MTIs get cool. They joke around with you. This is towards the end, whenever you start, listening and being disciplined or whatever, but they start to joke around with you. They start to try and treat you a little bit more like a human being. They try to convey that fact that they are human.
Go in, don't expect that the military is going to whip you into shape because you will struggle.
Yes.
Go in at least something, practice running, your push-ups, sit-ups, pull-ups.
A lot of running.
Because that's what it is, like, I think it's a 26-minute continued, like, run, no stoppage, right? It's 26 minutes?
Yes, you will run for 26 minutes straight. If you take a break, you will get screamed at.
It's self-paced, but...
It's self-paced.
You just can't walk.
But you can't walk. That's the only thing. You can't walk and you can't talk.
So
you can never talk. You're never allowed to talk unless you're in the dorm. Even then, you can hardly talk.
Try to be in as best shape as possible entering, and don't think, oh, I'm joining, so they're going to whip me into shape. Because you're going to get more in shape, you're going to lose weight, and become fit, but...
They make it to where you still have to... You have to put in the work. That's what a lot of people, especially my flight, had problems with. They were thinking, oh, I'm going into the military. They make me do sit-ups. Yes, they make you do the sit-ups. They don't, magically... pull you up with some rope or whatever. You have to be the one pulling your muscles, doing push-ups and everything. You got to be pushing, because to be honest,
what's it? The minimums are you have to run.
So your run time has to be better than a 13:36.
It's a mile and a half.
It's a mile and a half. So 6 laps for us. I think it's 2 or 3 laps for Disneyland.
And then it's 42 sit-ups.
Yep, 42 sit-ups.
36 push-ups?
And 36 push-ups. That's the minimum. That's not hard.
But you don't want the minimum, yeah?
You don't want the minimum. Even with that, you still have to score a 75% collective score.
And you get your waist measured?
Yeah, and you have to have, below 32?
Something.
30-something inches. It's 36?
Yeah, something like
36 inches, something like that. It's all... You can find all this online, even though that's the whole point of this video. But...
be careful what you get to eat, too.
Yes. So, it's a lot different than what a lot of people will probably tell you. They'll have, cake and everything, and if you go and get it, you're going to get screamed at. No, they don't do that.
Maybe, the first week they will.
For the first week, they might call you names or something, or give you, a stare. But it's a different tactic now. They let you do that.
Yep.
Don't do it. Don't go. It's really only pudding now. It's like chocolate pudding. And that's about it.
Ice cream,
and then Disneyland ice cream.
Didn't work.
Yeah, but don't do that. Don't eat the red food. You will know what I'm talking about when you get there. They label the food. Don't eat the red food.
Eat lots of fruit.
Eat lots of vegetables. I know I sound like a dad, but
hydrate. You will pass
all
out.
trainees are reminded. Remember this video whenever you hear this, because you'll hear this every day of your life for the next 2 months. All trainees are reminded to drink 3/4 to 1 water bottle an hour, not to exceed 16 water bottles in a day. This is what you'll get. For the most part, something similar. I bought a different one, but it's very similar to this. This is what you will get. You need to drink I would say a full water bottle every hour. It's kind of hard to keep track of. You have my roommate literally. That's the whole saving story that I will put in the next video. Drink these. Drink them a lot. There's a little pee chart in the bathroom that will tell you how healthy your pee is.
Yeah, I'm sure
drink.
You know it's like the color.
Yeah, it's the color, or how like opaque it is. Drink water. Drink a lot of water. Don't drink.
It's hot out there, man.
It gets so hot. It gets really hot. These are not the thinnest clothing. Like, this is not the standard one. I bought this.
Especially if like you're not from the area. Like, I'm from Philadelphia.
Yeah, especially if you're cold. I was from Alaska right before BMT.
Running is completely different there
yes.
too. It's harder to breathe.
Yep, it's harder to breathe, especially here in Mississippi, where the humidity is literally running through an ocean. What else? Yeah, so yes, hydrate, stay away from bad food, eat healthy, a lot of carbs.
I feel like the days are like long, but like
the days are long, the weeks start to get shorter.
Yeah.
So look forward to every Sunday. Go to a service. Don't stay in the dorm. You're going to be in there all day. You will have MTIs running up and down your butt.
RLA, that was my least favorite part of it.
RLA sucks,
BMT.
but you got to get through it, and you got to get good at it quick.
Yep.
Get good at hospital corners. It will teach you how to do hospital corners.
I sucked at them now.
If you have to, like, this is what a hospital corner is.
Yep.
I forgot. It's open air bed. Anyways, next video, I'll show you what a hospital corner is. Me and my roommate both will show you what a hospital corner is.
Rolling and folding socks.
Rolling and folding socks is a pain in the butt, but they will teach you. You have to roll and fold everything. Everything has to be perfect, but the idea behind that is if you can't follow simple instructions, how can we expect you to screw in a screw on $1 million aircraft? Maybe it's a little far-fetched, maybe it's not. The point is, you have to do it regardless. So,
get through it.
just push through it. You literally got to mentally just push through the bull crap.
Phone calls and stuff.
Phone calls and mail. I'll probably get to that in the next video. But your first phone call is probably the most emotional phone call. You will cry. I don't care. You can tell me right now that you have killed someone. You will cry. You will cry your first phone call because you can't say anything.
Yep, it's a script.
You get a script. Hi,
This is my address.
I made it here safe. I can't say anything else. Bye. We weren't allowed to say love you.
I did.
We weren't. No, we got yelled at if we did. We literally had to go by the script. Verbatim. So hopefully your we had really cool MTIs. It was night 1 or night 0. Let's see what else.
I'll talk to them in 1 second. I'm going to use it on YouTube.
I think I covered a good amount for this video, but yeah. So basically, summary: 0 night sucks. Push through it. Do exactly what you're told. That's through all of BMT, but especially night 0. It'll make things a lot easier. Do what you're told. All through 0 week. Do what you're told. Your first Sunday, your MTIs are going to be there, but it's not going to be the worst.
Talk about jobs.
As far as
like day room and stuff like that, and laundry and.
Oh yeah, I'll get to that in the next one. Right. I'll probably do a list so it's not as long and random. Yeah, so 0 night, hydrate. You will hear that all the time. You will literally have a hydrate monitor. We had a hydrate monitor.
You guys did?
Yes. You will literally hear hydrate. You gotta just take a drink. You will have wingman take your water bottle out and take a sip.
think you covered a lot for the first video. I said cut it.
Yeah, I'm about to cut it, but yeah. Yeah, so that's the first video. It's 25 minutes. I think I'm good. Do another one tomorrow.